introduced a little bit of the CNC machine, but we want to make a part 2 and let you see something actually be created. So, show me about the machine.
Yeah, show you over here what it's doing.
This is pretty awesome.
And I've got it set up right now to do a little set of coasters.
Ah, so, okay.
And I'll go through a little bit of a process if you've got a minute.
We're good.
This is setting up, and I've already done the setup, a large part of getting the blank I need.
Right.
I've already done the design work. I can show you some of what it's going to come out to look like. I'm actually doing you a set of coasters with the letter B on it because of your last name. So, you can see with the camera, I don't know how well it shows up, but that's what it will look like.
Yeah.
And so there'll be two.
That's a fancy B. That's fancier than I am.
Yeah, that's a little calligraphy B. So I can make you a very plain one if you like. But you do the design part and set it up, and you put the tool paths in.
Yeah.
And then once you get the tool paths put in, and the little tabs to hold it, it's a lot to, it took me a while to figure all this out.
Yeah.
But once you get that done, then you come back and you actually do the run part, which is where we're at now.
Okay.
And we'll run that particular pattern here.
Now, how much chips are going to be flying from this machine? I mean, is it dangerous to stand right here?
No, everything's going to go out.
All out?
Sucked out.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to try to keep the dust to a very, very minimum because of getting in your tracks and everything. Yeah, so you want to keep, and I have to stop and lubricate, too, as well. So we'll start from where we are. I call it Mr. Sweepy, so that keeps everything nice and clean. Now it's asking me now to do a bit change, but I've already got the 90-degree B bit in it now.
You've already got it.
So. Yeah, so I won't do the change right now. There will be one bit change. I'll have to put an end mill in to cut it out.
Okay. All right.
And it takes about 14 minutes to run these 4, so it's not too bad.
Wow.
Now it's going down and going to the bit setter right now.
Okay.
It tells it where it is in space, so it's to kind of give you some idea. So it has to know where the bit is in space. And I've already set the start point, or I've done all the jogs and got them in here, so it knows that's where the start.
How long does it take you to do that part?
It takes a little bit of time to set it up. Probably set up on it. I've gotten pretty good at it now. Probably 10 minutes, I guess. It's not too terribly long. But sometimes the hardest part is the design part. Okay. Just like sometimes I can get logos from companies, and there's something in the thing that just will not work. There's a vector.
Different kinds of files.
There's a vector that just doesn't fit or work or something.
What's the best file that works best?
It's called an SVG file.
SVG file.
It's a scalable vector graphic is what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, so we're ready to start here. So it's telling me now, and it basically tells me, what I have to do next.
Okay.
So I've set the router, and I'll turn it on, and I'll set it at number 3 setting. It's about 18,000 RPMs. And so we'll flip that on. And then I'll get it going. I've got turned the dust collection on.
We just turned on the air, the vacuum. It wasn't making that much dust without the vacuum, so it's really removing just a very small amount of particles of wood. Like I get a little smell because it's cedar, right? So it smells really good. Right, normally this sweep is on there, but we want to see the bit, with the cameras, and this would kind of sweep it up, but it's pretty amazing that there's very little dust, And that was before the vacuum was on. I mean, it's just fine-tuning every little piece.
All right, so we've got some of the coasters cut, so we're going to go over and cut them out on the bandsaw now, Harris.
Yep, all right, good deal. That's something I know about.
Okay, yeah. Come in and cut these out. Just a little bit. I had just a little bit at the bottom. My thickness was just a little bit, probably a thousandth off or something, so I got just a little bit on the bottom.
And this is air blowing to kind of keep the
air
dust
blowing
out.
right here, and that's what I'm actually cutting out.
I noticed you still got all your fingers, Mr. Allen.
I do have my fingers at this point, so
that's good.
I try to follow
all these years of working with it.
The safety rules that I try to teach you guys.
Right, that's right.
I even get on to my wife about coming in the shop and scaring me, like if I'm back here working.
That's right.
And she says, David. I'm like, oh, and I jump. And it's like, and I tell her, I said, shop rule, flash the lights. And so it doesn't scare me as bad. So I've gotten on to her a couple of times, and she.
That's a good. Hey, that's a good little tool there for people who are doing woodworking. Is if you have a spouse or a kid or whatever, and they're going to come into the shop while you're working. To be safer, flash the light, because that's not something you'll jump about. You'll say, what happened to the lights?
And it's like,
but somebody yelling and saying, hey, you know, whatever. You could lose a finger.
But so far I've got all my fingers.
Yep, so. That's good.
But yeah, I tried to follow all that. And this is a spindle sander, and then we'll just kind of come over here and clean up the edges a little bit. I did 3,000 of these for a customer about a year ago.
3,000 of these for one customer about a year ago. That's a lot.
And then I'll do the edges. So I get that thing rolling. Yeah. And other than just a little face sanding.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. Nice.
Yeah, so I get it go down a little bit. Just a little bit of the Festool sander, and just a little on the face, not much. Let me do that one. And sometimes I'll finish it up and we'll put felt on the bottom.
Right.
So you got some felt on the bottom, but then the little finish, or as my other customer, he likes to give it to them and get just raw wood. They can finish it if they like, or if
we could even paint down there.
And someday it absorbs the water better too, you know, if it's just raw wood instead of that. But anyway, and then I have done them where you paint it down in the bottom.
That's right.
But I did find out a trick about it, because the pores of the wood are like straws that run up and down it. When you put the paint in, what I was having a problem with is it was running into the pores of the wood, and then I could not sand it out. I kept seeing, black. So what I finally did was go in and fill it with a lacquer sealer, and let the sealer actually run in there. It's clear, and let that dry, come back, and then paint it, and then the paint doesn't run up the pores.
I guess
I learned
maybe
that
there are going to be some
trial and
woodworkers checking into this. Mr. Allen, it was great to come out and hear about all that you're doing as a retired person. So
I know, that's what it's
all you retired people out there, they just think that life has gotten boring or there's nothing left to do. You need to give him a call. He could probably set you up with something to figure out. And thank you for the coasters. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything I can do to help you, Harris. Thank you so much.
This is a wrap. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Blakely Feed and Seed. Check out all the other content that we've got. We love to visit locals, tell you all about what's great in this South Georgia area.